Speaking of music, did you hear R. Kelly is suing the U.S. Bureau of Prisons for allegedly leaking private info to a YouTuber? Did not see that. What info did they leak? The release date for the next Trapped in the Closet? Let's see. Lawsuit claims Bureau of Prisons staff leaked R. Kelly's personal information before Chicago trial. He had every right to be able to be confident to think the BOP would protect his information and not exploit, but unfortunately certain BOP officers did just that. A blogger named Latasha Kibi or Tasha K alleges Kelly's personal information and calls, including calls to his attorney, were monitored and shared, impacting Kelly's ability to defend himself. He does not feel comfortable to this day talking to anyone, even his own lawyers, because of the impact of this event. Wait, so just like a normal blogger was able to get R. Kelly's phone calls? That's huge. That content must have been nuts. Sniper Wolf doxed R. Kelly's court case. Yeah, I mean, someone's on the inside there really working the strings. That same blogger had a big lawsuit with Cardi B recently, too. What was that one about? YouTuber who defamed Cardi B can't dodge most of the $4 million judgment via bankruptcy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Tasha K's on a rampage here. An order in federal court means Tasha K will still owe Cardi more than $3.4 million. Oof. What was she saying? Salacious lies about drug use, STDs, and prostitution. What? Is she like a really big blogger or something? Oh, this was all the way back in 2019. They called it a malicious campaign on social media and YouTube aimed at hurting Cardi's reputation. The star's attorneys said they had repeatedly tried and failed to get her to pull the videos down. One Tasha video cited in the lawsuit includes a statement that Cardi had done sex acts with beer bottles on fucking stripper stages. Other videos said the superstar had contracted herpes, that she had been a prostitute, that she had cheated on her husband, and that she had done hard drugs. Now she's being held liable for defamation, invasion of privacy, and intentional infliction of emotional distress. Damn, she got blasted. I've never heard of Tasha K before. How big is she? Let me see. Is she like a YouTuber? They say blogger, but they use that as an all-encompassing term. Oh yeah, she's got over 1 million subs. Yeah, she's quite big. What would you do if you were Will Smith? I'd tell Jada I'm leaving. I'd say, "Good morrow, madame. I've had all that I can take." And I'd tip my fedora and I'd be on my way. I think they're in different houses on the compound. Maybe. But even still, there's got to be a breaking point where he's just like, enough is enough. The cup runneth over. This is plenty. I'm done. The lawsuit claims 60 BOP officers made unauthorized access to plaintiff's sensitive, confidential, and private information. Man. Tasha K's got some connections. 60 BOP officers in here? Jesus. Do you think that Jada has blackmail on Will and that's why he won't leave? No, it's super simple. The reason he won't leave is just because he's too in it. He's too deep already. It's almost like a sunk cost fallacy. It's been 20 years. You can't leave. Jada even made I don't know why I'm so fucking parasocial with this. Jada made a statement where she's like, I made a promise that I'd never get a divorce, so I stay. It's like, okay, that's stupid. That's fucking dumb. The divorce is good for both of you. The hell is at the bottom of the screen? I have no idea. Just a bunch of fucking ads. Look up the UFG glass fighting. UFG glass fighting. Wait, that sounds crazy.
And we might see a finishing blow here.
This is not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be people fighting each other with glass. They're just stringing up jars and they attack each other here. Still cute though. I thought this was about to be like the most intense sport ever. Which I guess it still could be. Speaking of intense sports though, how many of you guys know about this? I'm sure a lot of you got recommended this the other day because I did. It's called Game Bred Bare Knuckle. So this is Jorge Masvidal's thing. They had a bout a couple nights ago. And I was watching for like an hour or something. They call it the most violent sport on earth, and they're fucking right. I watched, I think, 5 matches. I think it was 5. It was either... Yeah, it was 5. It was the first 5. and I think 4 of them either ended in stretcher or catastrophic injury. So one of the big thing is it's bare knuckle, right? So everyone's face is getting all split up and everything. One of them had a guy break his hand. It was the first one. His hand gets broken and then he gets choked out, and the guy on top of him is fucking bleeding. Next one, the guy gets like blasted in the head 100 times, but never fully goes unconscious. And then eventually they like stop it because he was just getting wailed on. Then he stopped moving, and they had to bring a stretcher for him. The next one then had a guy that this ended in like 15 seconds. Had the guy get on top of him and just start blasting him in the back of the head, and he tapped like immediately. And he didn't move for at least like 15 minutes, and they had to bring the stretcher out for him too. And then the next one, a dude's leg broke. Or I think it was his knee. I think his knee might have dislocated. And then they finally had one that didn't end in the first round. It took like 5 matches before they had one go past round 1. It was crazy. There's so much blood and injury in that sport. It really is the most violent sport I've ever seen. Still not as intense as oil wrestling. Maybe not. And haven't started yet, Evan. Is it toss? I absolutely could not watch this on stream. Thanks to membership, Red. Like, not even a single highlight from it. The mat's always just coated in blood from the previous fights. It's brutal. It is actually brutal. Actual boxing is more brutal because I hit harder. I talked about that a little bit. I remember reading something about how, like, head injuries, like brain injuries, actually increased with the invention of the boxing glove because it allows you to hit harder because you're not hurting yourself as much. But after watching this, I just don't know if I believe that. Like, there were at least 2 severe concussions in the 5 matches I watched, and then the other 2 had broken hand and broken leg. So I feel like, I don't know. I feel like bare knuckle might be a little more brutal. It's the quantity versus quality of punches. You should learn Python. This has nothing to do with what you just said, but one thing that I want to start doing, Matt and I were talking about, I want to start learning to do everything I wanted to do in middle school. So I want to learn how to do, like, shuffling, like, legitimately, like, breakdancing, all kinds of, like, dumb shit that I wanted to learn as a kid but never did. I want to do it now. I want to find someone that can teach me that shit and just learn all of these completely useless skills that were cool 20 years ago. Can you do a backflip? No. I don't want to try and learn flips. Flips is the only thing that I don't want to learn. I'm legitimately just too old and fragile for that. So it won't be flips. Everything that's not flips, though. Skateboarding, I would be open to. What else did I want to learn when I was young? What were some other cool things from back then? Oh, parkour to a certain level. All that kind of stuff I think would be really fun. I'm learning flips now in my 30s, Charlie. Are you really, Andrew? Hey, stay safe, man. That shit is scary. You seen the videos of people climbing up buildings or treetops barefoot with no equipment? Yeah, I've seen that. Of course. That is not something I want to learn, though. I want no part of that.